Hello, and welcome to MashMetrics Introduction to Enhanced Google Analytics. This is tip number 2, going from vanity metrics to goals. Let's get started. When you log in to Google Analytics, you're probably used to looking at your total number of sessions, page views, and you may be paying attention to your bounce rate to see how engaged your users are. Let's look at a typical day looking at Google Analytics. For this example, I've taken a screenshot of the Acquisition All Traffic Channels report. Here, you'll notice social media looks like it's doing great. Woohoo! Not to mention, the bounce rate seems to be in line with everything else, as well as the pages per session. So far, everything's looking great. Let's go ahead and put some more effort into social media, shall we? But you're likely missing out on an important part of this story. When we apply some of the new goals that you'll see in your enhanced reports, you can notice that the engagement is certainly a heck of a lot different. The social media channel doesn't look so good anymore, with only 5% of the users spending 2 minutes and only 21% spending even 45 seconds. Now, in contrast, we look at our organic search or our referrals, maybe backlinks, and we can see a completely different story. Not only are more than double actually staying for more than 5 seconds, more than double actually staying for more than 2 minutes. Users are even scrolling all the way down to the page. Look at that referral rate. As you can see, just looking at your vanity metrics, such as sessions or bounce rate, doesn't necessarily tell the whole story. Now that you have over 15 of these new engagement goals set up, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Traditionally, Google Analytics doesn't have any goals set up whatsoever. However, with enhanced Google Analytics, we give you 15 pre-configured goals. Google Analytics allows for 20 goals to be set up, split into 4 different sets of 5. We have left goal set 1 open, therefore if you upgrade to one of our paid plans, they'll be ready in order to customize for your own goals. Goal set 2 concentrates on your on-page engagement or your on-page activities, such as offsite clicks, file downloads, form submits, or contact clicks. Goal set number 3 concentrates on on-page engagement, measuring activity such as deep scrolling, time on page, and even video progression. Goal set 4 concentrates on visitor engagement, measuring overall site engagement by pages viewed and total time spent across all pages. Let's go through each of the goal sets in detail. First, goal set 2. Goal number 6, contact links. If you are a local business, you likely, or should, have your phone number on each web page. Even if you're a publisher, you might have your email address also present. When a user clicks on either one of these, most likely on a mobile device for the phone number, we go ahead and give you credit for it. Goal number 7, or all form submits. While there was a time that a form meant just a contact us form, now they can take on many more shapes and sizes. Forms can be used to submit a comment, sign up for your newsletter, even perform a search. All this is an great engagement from the users. And again, we roll this activity up and count it as a goal achieved. Goal number 8, offsite clicks. From time to time, you may link to your partner's page or even an affiliate link. Now you can determine how many users are clicking on those areas. When we go through the events reports, you can even determine which links users are clicking on and on which page. Goal number 9, social media clicks. Most websites have a link back to your social media profile, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. This goal is listening for that activity and counts it all up. Last but not least in this set, goal number 10, or downloaded files. Your site may have a few reference PDFs, free downloads, or other resources in the shape of a file. Files don't have the ga.js JavaScript installed, so traditionally they're not tracked. We, however, detect the click into these files and let you know about the activity. Now those were all things users do on a page. Now let's look at how they engage within a page. First we have the user scrolled 50% down a page. That states basically exactly what it means. Now this may vary depending upon your average page length and is best reviewed on a page-by-page basis. However, you might think that your website fits on one screen on your nice big screen at work. However, it's not necessarily the case on mobile devices. Time on page is when a user spends more than 2 minutes or 45 seconds. Just as it states, these goals use the enhanced time on page events to determine every 15 seconds if the user is still has the browser window visible and open. Video progression. It is not enough to just press play on a video, and some videos even have autoplay. So we have gone a step further and detect progression. Are users getting past the first 10% or watching half your videos? Now this currently works for YouTube embedded videos only. Lightboxes are not supported by our free version. Our paid versions do support Wistia, JW Player, Vimeo, and many others. Just ask. Last but not least, we have overall visitor engagement. These goals are exactly as their labels imply, and rather than be dependent just upon a particular page, they're counted over the entire user's session. Goals number 16, 17, and 18 dictate whether the user spent more than 4 or more, 6 or more, or 11 or more pages during the time of their session. The last two, goal 19 and 20, just measure whether the user stayed using normal Google Analytics session counting more than 5 or 10 minutes. Speaking of pages within a session, goals are what is known as session-based, which means they can happen anywhere during a user's session or time on the website. This is important when looking at reports such as, say, landing pages. While the report's dimension or reporting element is the first page the users land on when coming to the site, that doesn't necessarily mean that they looked at it 5 times or 10 times. They may also watch a video on a separate page. The goals and conversion rate are attributed even though it didn't happen on that particular page. That being said, a user can achieve more than one goal on your website. Let's say they stay for 45 seconds, then 2 minutes, then click off site. That's 3 goals, you overachiever. This may lead to your overall goal conversion rate being higher than 100%, because the number of goal completions is actually higher than the number of unique sessions during that time frame. Like all aggregates and averages, we would shy away from this overall metric and look at each individually. To learn the activity on a page-to-page basis, we created a custom report called Page Actions. This can be accessed by following the link at the bottom of this tutorial or going to our GA library. This will also be explained within the Custom Reports training portion. We sure hope these pre-configured goals will allow you to analyze based upon quality versus just the quantity of your traffic. Goals are not just important in our day-to-day lives, but certainly our online business as well. You now have 15 pre-configured ones to start increasing. Don't forget to check out tip number 3, where we talk about navigating around Google Analytics.